Hello and welcome to Dog Pound D&D. More minisodes, this time with Thalrak, where it's not raining in the background because we're underground, because we're at the Dwarfen lands. And Thalrak has come to treat with the various peoples of the world, trying to build an alliance to topple his friend Alvin, to tear down the Crystal King and his empire before he can seize control of the world. When old friends come together in the battlefield, mothers weep. Thalrak, toppler of nations, destroyer of cities, ouster of mayors.
Him like this. He's trying to do good, man. He's not trying to be evil.
Yeah, neither is Alvin.
You're right, but Alvin's methods are not what Thalrak would do.
No.
Thalrak has slightly different methods, but they ultimately do have the same end goal.
Yeah. I think Empire versus Alliance is more than slightly different methods.
Yeah.
Just
It's
saying.
fine. Look, man, it's just USSR versus the UN. One of them's gonna crumble at some point.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember Shugtart at all? The little pixie dryad?
I think so, yeah.
The one that hung all over you, I think, when you brought it back to Safe Falls?
Yes.
Do you want to see what happened? Because those pixie-ish dryad race things, whatever they are that I've made, they have a bloom, so they don't have like an adolescence. They have child form and adult form, and then they like cocoon. Do you want to see her adult form?
Only on one instance, only on one question,
What?
Meta. Is she coming to talk to Thalrak specifically?
No, she just exists as a person.
Yeah. Whatever. So, I'll see it.
That's the glow up.
Oh, wow. God dang.
Right?
And I can already sense that Alvin has talked to them.
Yeah, he kind of like helped them not go extinct. So
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of point in talking to them for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you find in front of yourself the Kadun emissary.
Did they introduce themselves at all so I can like?
Yeah, I assume they were introduced by your servants.
Okay, I just don't know what their name is. That's why I'm asking.
Michelle. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
It's just a person.
Again, I'm trying to do this in character.
Oh no,
which
it's fine.
Thalrak would
Yeah,
be-
yeah. It's Michelle.
Okay.
But you'll never see her again.
Hey, hey, you say that now, and I may make this come back.
Hey, if you wrote it down in your notes, then then you've
Hey.
made something come back, and then that's just a benefit to me. So in fact, by you doing that, you're benefiting me. So go ahead.
No, I just want to be like, yeah, secretly Michelle dies. You get a new emissary. And then
How do you think
that one
Doro
dies.
happened?
I know.
Did you see
I
that
know.
Doro scene? Doro's a god now.
Yeah. All right.
Doro's a god. What a
Of course
glow
he
up.
is. Of course he is.
He's the god of misfit children and toy. Like like if there was a god of the toy misfit toy island from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, this would be that god. He's the god of outcasts and misfits, the people that don't fit in, that don't belong, that don't have a group to call their own, the people that are bullied. He is the god of those people.
All right. So we ready to
Yes.
get going then?
Yes.
All right. Let me try to compose myself here for this. Greetings, Emissary Michelle.
Greetings.
I appreciate that you're coming on such a short notice to my letter.
Yes, well, we were not deemed important enough to receive an invitation from the Crystal King.
That is part of my worry. He is not himself, and the path that he is on right now is not one that I feel is best for the world in whole, and I feel that things may turn violent. And I wish to offer you a position in an alliance to stand against him if things are to turn sour, and I will be straightforward with you. If there are any questions or any concerns, I will be glad to hear them out at the end. As a member of the Alliance, your position will remain independent, meaning that you will be able to dictate for your own selves and under no one's rule, but under the stipulation that the library remains open and free to all who seek knowledge. And
We have discussed at length what we would request.
And on top of this,
And we would request Safe Falls.
You want to take over Safe Falls?
Yes. It is the only other university to rival that of Kadun. And we think removing drug addicts, undead, and experimental mages, and conforming to a more traditional curriculum would greatly benefit the world. Have you seen what has happened with some of the mages on the loose today? By God, I heard about a kraken being turned into a half-woman.
My fiance and I
Oh,
know
goodness, so you know the kind of half-assed mages that those universities are pumping out and the danger they could pose to this world.
I will say that the one that did it is a close friend of mine, and I know what they are capable. I know what they are capable of. Their capabilities.
1 second,
far...
Ikarath didn't do it.
Oh, I thought it was Ikarath. I thought you told me it was Ikarath.
Student, who is Johnny the Lich, who is a lich accidentally and doesn't consume souls. He wears copper coins over his eyes.
Okay, then let me rewind and rephrase this.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not against cleaning up the drug addicts, the undead that are dangerous, and having more traditional schooling for wizards so that chaos isn't running about. But my hopes for this alliance is that as we hopefully grow, we can have others join the alliance and work together. I do not wish for knowledge to be lost if there is knowledge that they have that you do not, and vice versa.
No, we would do our best to maintain every bit of knowledge we can get our hands on. It is heresy to let knowledge fall to dust. We simply wish to preserve it and take Safe Falls from the hands of those undeserving of the knowledge.
Would you be willing to let them still be of their own independence from you?
No. But remember what you are asking for in this alliance. The world's single greatest collection of mages.
You're right. I'm just trying to see how far we can meet in the middle here. I don't expect
Unfortunately,
everything that I want.
these are the terms I have been authorized to accept. It took us 6 months to get to this point.
I will agree to your terms on one condition, that is that the cleanup of the city shall not be done with violence, if it can be prevented.
Naturally, the loss of life must be avoided. We can make sure to set up a teleport relay and relocate those who are problems within the city peacefully.
Alright. Then I believe we have come to an agreement. Safe Falls will be yours. And also, I would like to note that should you need any kind of protection once the alliance is formed, a collection of forces of races from the alliance will be put in Karun if needed as a sort of peacekeeping force to act mainly in defensive and never offensive. Does that sound fair to you?
Yes.
All right. And
Yeah.
mind you, they will not show up unless it is requested or if there is a threat that is deemed that it is needed. We won't just show up on your doorstep unannounced, so to speak, unless it is absolutely needed.
Trust me, we are not worried. And with that, she'll leave because we have much to do.
Yep.
And then announced by your people.
Name.
Timothy Tebow. The head of the Lathandra's church in Barandor.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
What?
Where the fuck is I need to let Rosario know that this is happening right now.
Oh no. Should I be scared, Meta?
No, just he has Callian, who's Lathandra's like fanboy, and you're treating with the head of Lathandra's church and Lathandra's city, Barandor, the city of grace.
Okay.
And before he says, and he goes, and Timothy Tebow says, "All hail Lathandra."
Of course he was the Tebow.
That is the official way to hail Lathandra now. Hey, PJ, how you doing?
God, why does that hurt me so much more physically? Meta, you're doing literal psychic damage to me out of this game.
Oh,
okay?
Good. That's what I was hoping for.
I hate football.
So, Timothy Tebow.
Yeah, I
Well,
got it.
Distinctly different. Is here. And what do you have to say?
Thank you for coming on short notice per the letter I sent. I do appreciate your time, and I wish to be respectful of it and be short and quick to the point with this. I believe you are well aware of the Crystal King and his current try at power. He is trying to become Emperor of the world, as far as I have been able to talk with him directly about it. And I believe that this path is going to be very violent and destructive if he does continue to proceed down it.
And why do you believe it to be so? And why should a vessel of holiness, such as myself, pay heed?
Because he believes that any who do not fall under his wishes, so to speak, will be eliminated or dealt with accordingly. And I wish to form an alliance that my hopes are it is a world alliance where everyone has a voice and everyone can continue to be independent, but we work together to have the world be better as a whole and not have needless violence and come together against such giant world-ending threats. So, as I have made to others so far, this is the offer that I wish to propose, is that Barandor will continue to be independent and under no one's rule other than its own. However, as part of the alliance, military use will be required for world-ending threats, obviously being discussed as a group about it. Things will not be just done willy-nilly. The protection of Barandor will also be upped by skills of the dwarves if needed or wanted.
But what do you plan to do about the threat of those who kill in the night?
You mean the vampires?
Correct.
That I have ideas for, but right now I wish to keep those to myself because I would like to discuss with the rest of the council of this alliance once it has been formed.
You say you would treat with a vampire, a consumer of life.
Not everything is as evil as it may seem. Now, I have dealt with vampires before, and yes, there are some that do deserve to be eradicated from this world due to their insistence on taking life without, let's just say, putting thought into it. Now, are all vampires evil? No, I have actually come across a number that have been actually very nice.
As you're talking, as you hear, I'm going in anyways, and you hear your doors open, and you hear guards dragging at the, like, trying to stop this guy, but also like not, because he's like the head of like a city.
Can I help you?
This is Brill of Mallow's Pass, which you need to fucking write down because it needs to be in your recap later.
Yeah, I'm putting that in my notes now.
Brill of Mallow's Pass was, if you would ally with those, or even take a thought of not eliminating those vile beasts in Watun, why would you even invite me to court with you?
Because I was hoping that sound logic would be passed. However, Watun has also not made themselves open to this alliance.
Then Watun falls. I hate to agree with somebody like Brill.
As I was about to say, if that is how it shall be, that is how it shall be. I wish to not needlessly kill. That is my point of this alliance. If we have to, we will.
Who will take possession of Mallow's Pass? Certainly you would not want him to take it.
I mean, if Mallow's Pass continues and wishes to remain independent...
Sorry, not Mallow's Pass, Watun.
Okay. I was like confused
Watun.
on that
No,
one,
that's just me saying it wrong. Watun.
I mean, if Mallow's Pass has control of one side of the bridge between continents, I do not see it as a bad idea to have them control both sides.
If you give Watun to Mallow's Pass, you cannot count on my aid.
Oh, was that Tim talking?
That was Tim.
Okay.
Timothy and Brill aren't the best of friends, but they do both hate Watun.
Okay. Now,
There's some politics you're not privy to.
Yeah,
going on
that I'm not privy to. That's yeah. I quickly caught that one.
Yep.
All right, Tim. Why would you be against that? Your kingdom is far larger. Your city.
You've seen the racist degenerates. I don't say that Berndor needs Watun, but you do not put it in the care of a rat. And Brill, what did you call me? And the two guards like get in between and step them apart.
In my halls.
We will talk as we will if you want our aid.
And if you wish to survive the coming cataclysm, you will hear me out.
Are you threatening me?
No, but I'm worried for everybody's safety, including your own. and I have no idea what Alvin will do. I have
And
no...
what about the safety of the children who go missing in the night?
Again, I fear for them as well. I wish to discuss this. But right now, I need to know, are you in this alliance or not? This dispute that is going on right now, we can work out as we have time for it. This is a bigger discussion that we do not have the time for right now.
If you want our aid and our aid, you must commit to crush Watun beneath your heel.
Well, considering that Alvin has vampires within his city, it would not surprise me if Watun joins his empire. And with that, I will say that if that is the case, then Watun will sadly have to fall.
And if you promise that Watun will not be in either of our possession, then you can count Barandor among your allies.
And what of you, Grill of Mallows Pass? Will this suffice if it falls to neither of your hands? I believe that is a fair offer. It is neither of yours and would be
We
independent of its own.
request to maintain 50% of the bridge tax.
I believe that is fair, since I believe that your city has built up 50% of the bridge originally. I do believe that that is fair. I believe that it would be fair to say that Watun, after all this is said and done, can collect 50% of the taxes by collecting on their side to have someone cross, and then on your side, you can collect your taxes to have someone cross the other way. Does that seem fair?
Yes.
All right, so you both are in agreement. The city, you both are in this alliance per the offer deal that I have set out for our side of the bargain, which is military offer to have dwarves come and help with upgrades and building of defenses as needed or wanted. And for that, Watun will remain independent even after the vampires are eradicated.
I think you're going to need to get some new citizens for that city. Perhaps those hill dwarfs you led to war.
I believe that is a solid idea, and I will put that into consideration.
It would not be bad to have a great craft dwarf city right across the bridge. And with that, they will go. And we got 2 done at once. That was nice.
Yeah,
Didn't
give me
plan
one
that.
sec to give me an update on my notes real quick.
Yep. What do you need your update? What? Huh?
I'm updating the whole like deal thing.
I think we're down to just representatives now.
We still have Emmer and Erford, Ulford, and potentially Klastow.
Yes.
But let me write up my notes real quick.
I gotta grab Ulford. So we're going to pull out then Emir next, who has sent a representative named Sean, which I'm gonna pull out real quick. Say hi to Sean.
Sorry, the little masquerade mask is throwing me off there.
He likes to be fancy. They're very pretentious.
You know, that's fair.
Sean, representative of Emir, the Council of Lords.
Thank you for coming in here on short notice from my letter. I greatly appreciate your time.
And how can we assist you?
I wish to value your time and I will make this short. I am assuming that you are well aware of the Crystal King.
Yes, he has disrupted much business in our town.
How so, if you may mind me asking?
He bombed our warehouse of transportation depots. He destroyed our furnaces and our crafting district. He has murdered in cold blood one of the most prominent businessmen in the city.
That is gravely concerning, and with that, then this should be a bit of a easier
Yes.
discussion.
Poor Mr. Montecito, he never had a chance.
Well, I do offer. Do you have? Hold on one sec, Meta. I didn't think I'd be doing this today, but apparently I gotta pull up my character sheet. Give me a moment to see what I got. I don't think I'll need anything other than some resources for this. Okay. Meta,
Yeah.
Thalrak's gonna look at Sean and be like, and go, if you so wish, I can go into our reserves of diamonds, and at no cost to Emir, I will resurrect your great merchant.
Oh, that would be fine. He always had quite the grudge on Alvin.
Then let me offer this to you
He
as
did
sort of-
kick him out of his home after all.
Let me offer this then. I offer Emir a seat on an alliance. One that is to hopefully combat Alvin and his attempt at an empire. I do not wish for one person to rule this world, but rather the world to rule it.
Fair
as a
trade
whole.
must be free to prosper.
Trade would absolutely not be hindered.
We
The
have
con-
one condition. We have two conditions to join you.
Okay.
One, free trade with the dwarfs, including certain things currently considered contraband.
Such as
The same thing Safe Falls has legalized.
drugs. Would,
Just the safe ones.
would you be willing to let me discuss the drugs part with my council before I agree to that? But trading amongst us would absolutely not be out of the question.
It does not concern the council. It is only the dwarves. We can discuss with the council later. Just
do
with
not-
yours, with your civilization.
Yes, there is a dwarven council that I also talk
And the
to.
second,
This second,
when this
I would
is
like
all
to
over,
talk to them. I do not think it
Alvin's
is a
head should
hard-
be delivered to us.
That is your second wish, is for Alvin's head to be delivered.
Yes.
I wish to think on that one especially further, because right now I do not believe Alvin is himself. I believe that his actions as of late have been the
We
crystal's
would settle
actions more than his
for
own.
imprisoned for life.
What if he is
A
contained
man
within
that
a city?
dangerous. No, a man that dangerous cannot be allowed a chance to escape.
That would be of the if I am able to remove the crystal from him and remove him from the influence of the crystal, which I believe is giving him most of his powering. Would you be willing to accept the stipulation of he still has to do some sort of punishment for his crime, whether it be jail, but it is not life?
If you were willing to restrain him to your dwarven city with a curse, with a death pact to it, to restrain him to the city, we could be amenable. As long as you take full responsibility personally for anything he may do from that point forward.
If I can save his life, I will do so. Because I know down in my heart that this crystal is the one that is pulling the strings, not
Do you
him.
want to talk to Callian?
A little bit. What, is Callian wishing to join the chat?
Yeah, and I'm letting him know he can hop on if he wants to, and we'll figure it out. But continue. He basically is half leader of Rakoge. Like, he's not the leader, but like half the city kind of revolves around him. The other half kind of revolves around Alvin, and then the whole city is kind of run by the high class people. Did you send something to Rakoge?
I was planning on it, but I didn't.
That's fine. We can do Rakoge. They'd send a rep anyways because they don't have a king. They just have like a bunch of noble council that's elected every year.
Yeah.
I think we're done with Sean though. Basically, you've agreed that Alvin needs to go down and that you're gonna let them do drugs. And you're gonna revive.
No. The drugs are still on the table for discussion. The trade is still open. Thalrak has to talk to the Dwarven Council first before the drugs are actually approved. And he is asking
the Dwarven Council would allow it. They're gonna do whatever you say at this point.
Thalrak is actually not on the fan boat of drugs. Like, yes,
but that's one thing that Emir produces in largesse.
Yeah.
And they need that. That is their big thing. Emir's all about making money, honey. You want them, you gotta.
Thalrak will pitch that the drugs can be traded after all is said and done. Once the threats are taken care of.
That's fine. They need to turn their thoughts to war anyways. But also remember, Emir is a city of magic. So you now have 2 mage cities with you.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. I just want to make sure, like, hey, the recreational stuff comes after the war. I don't want my soldiers on drugs right now. And Thalrak will legitimately, right in front of Sean, resurrect the merchant, because I cannot remember his name now.
Yes, Mr. Montecito.
Yeah.
And I can't pull him up because I don't know where this sprite is.
No,
but
that's fine.
You resurrect Mr. Eduardo Montecito.
Yeah, let him be the resurrection for
and they
this
walk
time.
out together.
Yeah, as long as his soul does not reject it.
No, he definitely wants to come back. He wants to fuck Alvin up. He is going to immediately start plotting any way he can to start sending assassins. Rebuild. He is pissed.
You said they're mages, right?
Eduardo is not, but Emir primarily is mages. Yes.
Yeah.
They are the third best mage college in the world.
So, actually, we'll go over this at the end because basically, as each emissary is leaving, Thalrak is going to specifically ask some of them for certain things, or at least to see what they're capable of doing. But we can also do that outside of session too, so that's not. the worst thing in the world. Let me put that down. That
All right, who do we have next?
Erford and Ulford, unless Callian shows up.
I just need to find one now.
Now, when they say safe drugs, are they like the innocent shrooms that like Icaraf would use?
It's like cocaine and safe shrooms and weed and like things that
Okay.
like obviously they're not gonna allow like I don't know ketamine or heroin or stuff like that.
Okay, so stuff that can kind of be controlled, because fantasy world, we can kind of help with not getting addicted to that stuff.
Yeah. Which one did you say we were doing? Ulford's one
either
we're doing.
Erford or Ulford, whichever
Ulford's the
one of
I
those.
was working on. So I gotta
Okay,
grab
so-
a picture. I'm not prepared for anything in my life.
I hate that these two last cities are like so very much like similar in names. And Meta, because I didn't get to get into the whole speech, that essentially that same core offer of, you know, they get to remain independent, but have a seat on the council. Peacekeeping force can be put in as wanted or needed. Dwarves building up the walls or defenses can be done as needed or wanted. That whole spiel.
Yep. And may we announce Sir Dovian, Mayor of Ulford.
Ulford or Erford?
Ulford.
Okay, Ulford. Okay.
Damn it.
Greetings, Sir Dovian. Thank you for coming on such short notice. I appreciate your urgency in this matter.
Oh yes, for we must all fight against the scourge that is the Crystal King. He has wiped out a third of my city.
Yeah, I have heard.
And you can see him like trembling with barely contained rage.
Yes, I fully agree that his killing of innocents has not been great. I just came across some information of what he has done to another city, which pains me to hear that he has done so.
Yes. Chaos and destruction follows in his wake, him and his minions. I know what you have come to ask, and you have come to ask us for aid in eliminating him. And we have but one request.
What is that?
You help us when all is over. Hunt down and kill those who killed a third of our city, our women, our children, our mothers, our daughters.
But are you literally just asking him to help kill Party 3?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
If you want to fight, if you want Ulford, that is what this guy is willing to offer.
No, that's hilarious because Thalrak doesn't know that Party 3 did this.
Oh, that's great. Yes.
Thalrak does, like, because they haven't told him that they did this.
Nope.
So he has no idea.
Yep.
Thalrak will absolutely feel like that is fair and easy terms. He will go, of course.
Then we have an
Of course
accord. We will begin work immediately in plotting to destroy Alvin. He cannot be permitted to continue his reign of terror and destruction.
Now, I will ask this because I am a man of justice. Would you prefer immediate death, or would you rather them be captured alive?
We
and
do
brought
not
to
care as
trial?
long as they suffer the same fate as the innocents so they subjected to. Death, swift, long, we care not. As long as they are in the ground and beyond simple resurrection.
I understand. I will do what we can, and if I am able to, I will hold a trial to be as fair as I can to them. But from your passion in this matter, it sounds like it is a very cut and dry case.
Well, wouldn't you if somebody walked in to the Citadel and murdered a third of your citizens? Would you not be on a path to war this very moment?
You're absolutely right, because I have. I've done it for where they killed numerous dwarves with the old dwarven leaders.
They
That's why
killed
now I sit here
my
on the throne.
husband.
And I am very sorry for your loss. I will absolutely take you up on your offer to bring those who have done you such harm to justice.
Then I must take my leave because my city lay in shambles, and I must not delay any longer. My city needs me. And
I
he
understand.
turns and he disappears.
All right. And then I think it's Airford, and then if Callian wants to join in, then that would be Ikoge.
Erford's the city of all gods.
Yep. Thalrak is not the most pleased about this one because of how bad it could potentially go.
I present to you Bigglerick, emissary from Erford.
Oh, damn it. I'm looking at this name and I can already tell what it's based off of.
It's based off of nothing but just a random thing I came up with, so...
Meta, really? Big ol' Rick?
Well, I hear it now, but I just
You
picked
hear
something.
It now? Okay.
Yeah, but I just
I'm
picked
glad you
something.
hear it now.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, Big ol' Rick. Thank you for coming on such short notice per my letter.
Of course! You would of course seek counsel from the holiest city in the world.
If you're talking, you were muted.
Of course! We are glad to send a They were glad to send a representative. Of course you would seek counsel from the holiest city in the world! For we will always be on the side of justice.
Well, I do appreciate your time, so I will make this quick and I will make this as efficient as possible to not waste your time. I am assuming you are well aware of the Crystal King, who sits essentially
naturally.
right outside your doorstep.
Yes, we grow very concerned about his advancements, taking out a third of a city in an instant. What a dreadful loss of life. Our hearts mourn for the citizens of Ulford.
Well, then I wish to extend a offer of an alliance to you. Under this alliance, Earthfloor would continue to remain independent, but would be in collaboration with many other cities throughout the continents. With this alliance is hopefully to stop Alvin from his goals of a world empire of which he rules. I am not thrilled by his path for a world peace, so to speak, because of what of discussions that I've had with him in the past. It seems to be it is his way or you do not exist way.
Well, yes, I've heard tales that the same group that destroyed the population in Ulford also massacred our sister city and replace them with storm giants.
After which city was this?
Colosseum of the Lost.
That does concern me quite a bit.
So we
I'm
know
sorry for-
you want to stop Alvin, trust me. We're everywhere.
Well, that is understandable considering they're probably priest of Moradin within Bedford's walls.
Naturally. So we would ask that you just, upon stopping the Crystal King and the great injustices that he imposes upon the land, to help us right the same injustice that was done to us by the Crystal King and restore us to our rightful place in the Colosseum of the Lost.
I believe that can be done. Now, would you be willing, if the time came and you said they were storm giants that have occupied it now?
Whatever the fuck, Rosalind was, yeah.
If you believe, if the time comes and it appears that a peaceful negotiation can be had with these storm giants, would you be willing to have a peaceful negotiation with them?
3,000 people in a fireball. Women, children, young, old. There was no discrimination.
Did
there
you
can
not
be
say-
no redress but
Did you
death.
did you not say that it was the party that Alvin had sent out that had done the same atrocities at Ulford?
Yes, led at that
And
time by a
and
half storm giant.
Then that is not of the storm giants as a whole. That is of that party.
Then why did the storm giants come later and pillage and rape our women?
That I do not know, but I do not think it is.
Why
fair
were
to
they
place
led
the
by a
actions
half
of a few
storm
on the
giant?
many.
They were led by a half storm giant, and that half storm giant cast the very fireball that murdered our citizens.
Okay, then that is on that one particular half storm giant. That is not on the whole of the party. That is not.
But they
on the
led
whole
the
of
storm
race.
giants down from the hill.
That does not mean that they are necessarily bad. What if the storm giants would have believed that they could just go? What if they were tricked? We do not have all that information, and I do not wish to commit yet another massacre.
So
on...
your answer for rape is we'll talk about it.
No.
These storm giants raped our women. Those
Again,
remaining. How is
those
that
are-
not punishable by death? You want the holy city of Erfurt to join with somebody who consorts with thieves and rapists.
That is not at all what I am saying.
Then they should be put to death. A righteous king would have no problem with that.
And a righteous king would also not needlessly massacre potential innocents. I have already had this discussion once within my own kingdom, and I will be glad to do so again.
Potential innocence.
If trials have to be held, then so be the trials. I do not wish to commit another massacre. I do not wish to be Alvin.
But you wish to massacre Alvin's people to take him down. It's okay to address your wrongs, but
I have
not those done to us.
I have never said that his people would be victim of murder.
But you'll go to fight the war. You gather allies. Where do you think this leads but to the bloody battlefields? We will be the ones picking up the pieces, our clerics tending to your wounded and dying. And yet
you
you
think that
begrudge
Moradin-
us our restitution.
And you think that I haven't had to go through this myself? Do you think that the clerics of Moradin here within my own city, within my own kingdom, would sit idly by and let you do all the work? Of course not. I
It
don't
comes
think that
down
this-
to this. If you are the sort that would support a people who came down from the mountains, murdered innocent women and children, raped and pillaged and destroyed what was left of our people, nobody made it out. If you would say we must hold council or trial and you cannot denounce that evil, then a holy city could never ally with one such as you.
Why did you ask that? Why did you withhold this information if no one survived? You had not made it clear that an entire city was entirely slain.
That's what we told you. They took over. The storm giants are the only ones there now.
I had no idea if they had let people go and come back to Earthford. I had no information of this, and I do not assume.
We just told you they raped and pillaged.
You just did, yes. That doesn't mean that they didn't let people live, but now you have said that they have killed everybody within the city. You are making, I apologize, but you are making it very conflicting of information. If it is true that they have killed the entire city after pillaging and raping throughout the city, then by all means, then yes, then by all means they should be put to death for their crimes. However, with the knowledge that I had initially, I did not wish to put an entire group of a race to death just for the actions of a few.
Not the whole race. I don't care what storm giants outside of the walls of our city, our former city, happen. No, if the storm giants are over in the wildlands or the mountains with the dragon bitch, no, we do not care. Just the ones that occupy our home.
Yes, and if for some reason that are innocents and it has come to light that there are innocents that we needlessly killed, do you not think that they would potentially retaliate?
Why don't you just resurrect them? If they are innocents. Death is no big thing for a king. For us, we have the clerics up. We have so many, all of them. You have the diamonds. You are the king of the dwarves, the richest nation.
How would the resurrected feel about being put to death, even if for a short time, under false accusations? Would you not be upset if I had suddenly had you put to death for a crime that you had not committed, but had decided that because
They
you are
occupy the lands. They are guilty by that fact alone. We will not budge on this Thalrak magma forge of the Citadel of Moradin. Do you stand with us against Alvin and against the storm giants, or do you stand against us?
I'll ask you one other question before I give my answer. Have you not taken land of your own from others and occupy that now?
No. We own our city on the mountain. Well, on a hill. Cliff? I don't know. Cliff? City on a cliff.
That's a lie, isn't it?
No, they haven't taken any other land than theirs.
Didn't they go into the forest at some point?
No, they just dumped toxic sludge into the forest. Well, not them technically, but some, like the Nova Stayan Church did. But like everybody else just kind of like, you know, turned to the side. Like they just didn't look at it, and they just kind of like, yeah, whatever. We don't really care. It's not important. Toxic sludge into the rainforest. Nobody cares. Okay. But like they didn't like take over the land. They just didn't care about the fact that they were polluting it.
Okay.
And they weren't like intentionally poisoning it. They just they're ExxonMobil. They're ExxonMobil. They just the oil spilled.
No, the one you said the Nova Stayan Church was absolutely doing it on purpose. The rest just didn't notice or didn't seem to bother with it.
Correct. They noticed. They just didn't care. They just pretended they didn't notice. You know, because who cares about polluting when you're worried about if you're going to be the 5th ranked or the 6th ranked religion this week?
Okay. I will stand with you on the Stone Giants. As much as it is not a way that I would fully go about it, right now the needs of the greater are outweighing the needs of the few. Does that suffice?
That will do.
Right.
All right, and that will be all for him. Who do we have left?
Callian, if he so wishes.
Let's see if Callian answered. I'll go find Callian and then we'll fix the things. Hopefully he responds. Who was it? Else was it? Sorry.
Uh, I'm so reluctant to do this. If Callian does not respond, I'm going to make this the last thing that we do. Mainly because Thalrak has been regretting wanting to talk to him. But
Who?
Thalrak still has something.
Oh, Trevor Marin, or who are you talking about?
No, Trevor Marin, because Thalrak still has his token that when you break it, creates a 50-foot sphere of magical darkness. He still has one of those.
I don't know what that does, but like
it was a token.
No, I know what it does, but I don't know what that does for you in this situation. Is my I mean.
It mainly he's gonna pull it out and look at it and basically pull like a Beetlejuice where he's just gonna be like, Trevor Marin, Trevor Marin, Trevor Marin.
Okay, Rosario will be on in a few minutes. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom real close in on Thalrak right now.
God.
And you've sent a sending to Callian and said, Callian, we should probably talk. I just talked to your leader guy, and right now it's gonna be he said it's gonna be a few minutes. So we're gonna go to the internal monologue of Thalrak Magmaforge and what he's thinking after what he's just dealt with so far. Where is Thalrak's head? What is he thinking about the things he's promised and given away and the commitments he's made, the people he's allied with and the people that he knows are allied against him?
Honestly, right now, everything's going. Overall, things are going a lot better than he expected. He's not really happy about the eradication of the storm giants, but
not all storm giants, just the storm giants there.
Yeah, but he's afraid of retaliations, and he's afraid of escalation because he's.
I mean, you're gonna have that when you're gonna break some eggs.
It's gonna be either way. It's he's taking it as it is a lesser thing that's gonna have to happen, sadly, for the greater good.
Yeah.
And the vampires, again, like not all of them are bad, but having gone through that city, he's well aware of what they can do.
Yeah.
So he's not too upset by that, but with how many people he's come across, with all the different races and party members that he's gone through, he knows for a fact that the races themselves and what they are as a whole do not make them evil.
Mm-hmm.
It is the action of the person themselves.
Okay, also, since all of your alliances were made, I'm going to need you to drop a hint. Or no, give me a list of all the things that you've just agreed to. And I'm going to, that way I can make sure, because I have to like trade the rumors that are going to start going back and forth. So you're going to start learning things that Alvin's done. Alvin's going to start learning things that you've done. That would be the public domain, like whispered rumor, not the details. Yeah. So they're going to find out that you've allied with these people. You're going to find out who he's allied with here shortly. And the lines are going to be kind of drawn.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, did you Rakoge? Did you Rakoge?
I thought that was Callian.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to go Callian for the Rakoge route, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that was the plan. I thought that was the plan.
No, that'll work.
As to why they were going to join.
Okay, so what else is Thalrak thinking? Because they got heated with Erford.
Oh yeah, Erford. He's.
Oh, so that was nothing against you. That wasn't DM saying these things to you. This was Erford and their interest.
I fully understand.
Okay.
I fully understand that they were going to be butting heads. He expected at least one city to be a little uptight about getting everything they wanted, and it doesn't surprise me that it's the city of gods where they think, oh, we're the word of our gods. Well, it's like,
yeah. Oh no, Erford's an awful place.
Yeah, and he's not, and he's like, whatever.
It's like Menzo Berenzin without killing.
Yeah. But the stuff that I've already sent you in terms of like having them scope knowledge. Actually, do you want me to make notes of this, or are you going to make notes of it if I tell you what Thalrak is going to send with all the emissaries?
You're going to need to take notes and send me those notes.
All right. I'll put them with the deals or the alliance bits.
So this is getting serious, though. This is. Oh, look, there we go. We got Callian.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, turn on your camera and I'll prop everything around and shit.
Okay, give me a minute. I gotta grab my webcam.
Yep, yep. You're gonna be on the left, I think. Wait, no. What are you in Discord? You're a K, and you're an R, so you're gonna be on the right.
Yeah.
Look at you, just popping into minisodes unexpectedly.
I'm going on a flight tomorrow morning, so
Oh, fun. I gotta make like a 2-hour drive tomorrow. Surprise guest, Callian!
Yep. Because Callian, you're kind of like the half ruler of Rakoge.
I don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear that?
It's too bad, there's a reason why you're here.
That is
And it's
cursed.
tied to that
I think your mic's a
status.
little messed up.
Hello?
Is that a Blue Yeti?
Yeah.
Unplug the USB cord from the bottom and plug it back in.
Oh, wait, I think I found the phone.
Because it's going through his camera.
It could be going through camera, but it could be a Blue Yeti thing. It's got to be the Blue Yeti, yeah.
hello,
Hello?
Does this work?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's fine
better.
now.
That's
I
better.
used to
Okay.
have a Blue
I think it
Yeti.
was unplugged.
Oh, I used to have a Blue Yeti, and it's not even that it's unplugged because we could hear you. It's that it does this weird thing sometimes. I don't know why. That's why I changed it out.
It could have been his camera too. If it was unplugged, then it was definitely his camera.
Oh, that
I
could
think
be,
it was
yeah.
coming through my camera webcam.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
All right, so let's size you up, all nice and big like. We got Thalrak and Callian, and Thalrak has summoned Callian, and Callian has responded that he would love to come and be here and talk to him because he found out that basically the Lathandra Pope has allied with Thalrak against Alvin.
Yep.
And Callian is very interested in that being some level of something in the Church of Lathandra. You're not a Dawnbringer, I know that, because you made a Dawnbringer.
Yeah, I'm above that. There's like some pyramid scheme going on. I forgot. Wait, I wrote it down. Let me pull
Because
this up real
Dawnbringers
quick.
can't make other Dawnbringers, that would be chaos.
By the way, I have other art for Callian I sent you. We gotta update it at some point.
Yes. Do you have DM access? I feel like you've gotten it
I
at some
do,
point.
but-
Then yeah, you can update it
Yeah, I
whenever you
do.
feel like.
Okay.
Like half the people in
I
this
might not know
campaign I now
how, but
trust
I'll
enough
try
to
to
have
figure it out.
DM access. I think the list of people who don't have it is smaller. The most of the people that don't have it are people that have not become ambitious enough in this campaign to need it, because basically I just give it to people that I trust enough and who are also doing shit that I don't want to fucking do the upkeep for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so presenting Callian, Somethings of the Church of Lathandra, chapter of Rakoge, famous for his appearance in many great literary works.
Hello. Yes, the fanfare is not necessary, but hello.
Well, they
What
announced
is
everyone
this
else.
level of doom that we're in?
That's his throne room.
This is your throne room?
The Meta picked out the throne room. I have a
It
different
existed
one in
before
mind, but
Thalrak was here. This is the dwarven
Yeah,
throne
okay.
room of
Eventually,
This has been
Thalrak-
around for millennia.
Dwarf?
yeah,
Looks like there's like snakes and evil. Like,
It's Egyptian.
griffins.
It's Egyptian themed,
Yeah.
from what I can tell out of character. Don't worry, Thalrak may make some changes at some point.
Yeah, like Alvin does. He made a whole new house, remember? Remember his old house?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
liked
yeah.
the old house,
The old house was nice.
but Thalrak will just be like, "Hi, Callian.
Hello.
I appreciate you coming on short notice."
Yes, no problem. There's been a lot of things happening, unfortunately.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Alvin right now?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard the news about you talking to the leader of the Lathandra Church, and I mean, I was there when you confronted Alvin, and look, I'll go even further back. I remember me and you had a private discussion a long time ago now at this point, where when Alvin first came in contact with the gem, we said maybe we have to do something about this. And you know, I'm gonna be honest, it's unfortunate we didn't do something at that time because we waited too long. But
Yeah.
look, I I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I still think the greatest threat in our world is not Alvin. These demons, I fought them myself. These demon lords are here, and they're real, and they have the capability of summoning even worse things. And
Yes, and
I
I
really think we
believe
should be unified right now in fighting this, not fighting
I
amongst ourselves.
I I will agree. I have heard reports of these demons, and right now my thoughts are this alliance should form with the ultimate goal of confronting Alvin if and when he decides to go for the Empire. However, between just me and you right now, I am also wanting to use this alliance against the demons and devils that are plaguing this world. Take out the smaller threat and then work on the bigger one. I don't want to fight on two separate fronts. That does us no good.
Mm.
If and I wish to not make a deal with devils and demons, but if there were a way to have them attack and fight alongside us and disappear, I would be looking into it. However, I know this way too well that they are not going to go for that, and we are going to have to fight them as well. If it
Yeah,
means a temporary alliance, so to speak, with Alvin, then so be it. If it means that we both can attack these devils and rid them from our world, then that is the route that we are going to have to take.
well, that is encouraging to hear because these devils are not to be trusted. And
I would not trust them as far as I could throw them.
well, what did you call me here for? Did you need what did you need from me?
I would like to see if Rakoge would be willing to join an alliance. I have heard disturbing stories of a group that Alvin had sent to Ulford to eradicate a third of the population, and I fear that he will expand even further. And I know Rakoge has gone through quite a lot, considering that is the start of mine and Alvin's adventuring styles, well, lifestyles. And I wish to into offer an alliance spot for Rakoge to join, if they so wish. The alliance, at least the deal that I have begun with everybody that has stepped into this council so far today, has been that a part of the alliance is you will continue to be independent, you will be under no one's rule. However, if resources are needed via being a peacekeeping force, they can be provided as needed or wanted. Um, Resources such as dwarves helping rebuild the city walls and defenses and or upgrading them can also be provided as needed and wanted. And trade among the different cities of the Alliance would be grown from there. And thus, I feel like it would give us a better chance to stand together and have Alvin see the error of his ways with going with an empire. I do believe that the ultimate end goal of a world peace is a correct one for him to take. However, his path there is a empire under his rule rather than a collaboration where yes, we may not get everything we want. I have made some tough choices throughout my life on such matters as well. But if we can get something that would make everybody as happy as they could and everybody comes together to work for the greater good, I feel like threats such as these devils and demons would be much more easily squashed if we were in an alliance that expanded the world.
Well, Calling's slowly absorbing everything, and then he thinks for a bit, and then says, "Look, there's two important things I want to mention from what you just said. Firstly, is that I don't I'm flattered, but I don't speak for Rakoge.
You
I'm not
speak
their
for about
leader or
half of
anything like that.
Rakoge. Because about half of the Rakoge is your church at this point, and the other half is rich people. Because pretty much everybody who was poor or middle class were treated like shit by the current ruling class to the high class. So they all just slowly converted over to the Church of Lathandra because you treat everybody good. So now the city's split right down the middle. And the split down the middle is between the rich people who like Alvin and the Lathandra people who like Callian.
Mhm.
Because remember, they're also
Well-
split along the fan fiction lines as well.
I forgot
So
about
so you actually do technically speak for half
that.
of
Yeah.
Rakoge, because half of Rakoge is the Church of Callian, which they refuse to change the name of. You've
Yeah.
tried to change the thing on there. You've had the art changed,
Yeah, yeah.
and it'll just change overnight. Like you'll wake
Yeah.
up and you'll watch the whole night. Nobody will come. The moment you fall asleep, changed. Like you
Yeah.
just can't stop it at this point.
Well, look, I personally understand that, but Callan
Yes,
doesn't
yes.
want to admit that he's
Oh,
like
no,
the
that's fine.
leader or
That's fine.
important
I'm just-
person, so
I'm just catching
Yeah.
you up to where, because
Yeah, yeah.
Callian's been in Rakoge for a while, and we haven't really
a
caught
while,
up
yeah.
on what's happened in like 7 years.
yeah.
So that's how it's progressed.
Mhm.
You are a big deal in a small city.
Yeah. So Callan will say, "Look, I understand there are many people who they call themselves followers of me, whether I agree with that or not. But but reluctantly, this is the situation. And look, the people who listen to me, these are not fighters. These are not wealthy mages and stuff like this. These are the poor and the humble class of Rakoge, and these people have been hurt, and that's why I'm there to help them. And I don't know if I want them to get involved in some sort of war. And I really look. I'm a priest. My job is to help protect and heal. You know, like I really rarely fight actually. Like when we're in fights, I'm the one not fighting. I'm the one trying to make sure people stay alive. So
I understand it, and honestly, I would not surprise me if you wish to take it back to the city to decide for themselves, if need be. But I do not wish more harm to come to that city, even if the high class can be assholes, as I have dealt with them. I care for all, and I understand that death will occur. I have done my best, even with my own rise to kingdom here, that as much as I do not wish death upon even a single soul, there will be sacrifices that will have to be made, and I wish to give Rakoge what I hope to be the best chance at the most, at the minimum cost of life. Even if it is for the people that do not wish to fight to be evacuated for a time to a safer continent.
yeah, there is one more thing though that you mentioned that I would like to correct. You said Alvin sent a team of people to Ulford to kill them?
A third of the population, as per
You understand that I was part of that group, yes?
I was not aware of that at all.
Yes, I was there. We were not sent by Alvin to go kill a third of the population. Like it was just me and my group. We went there hunting demons. There was a demon that actually tried to kill Alvin in Safe Falls. So we followed up and went there while Alvin stayed in Safe Falls. And we actually found 2 demon lords. And this is where we found those papers that I presented to you as well in Ulford. So that's where I got those papers from. In fact, I was in the mayor's office of Ulford, and the mayor of Ulford was a demon lord, and he was meeting with another one. Unfortunately, he escaped, but we killed one of the demons, or at least sent them back to their plane. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little fuzzy on what happens if you kill a demon. But Yeah, and the thing is that our party, look, by causing these problems, by killing that demon, the demons attacked the population of the city and killed a third of the population. That's correct, but so I don't know. So partially by us
My
killing the demon, they
interactions, demons.
retaliated. But I would never say that we killed the demon or even Alvin. In fact, when we got there, the population was all already brainwashed, saying something about Alvin was the Crystal King and was going to invade the city. No such thing happened. It was just the five of us, I believe, who were there. So, and Alvin
So
wasn't
you
with us.
did not kill a third of the population. It was
There
demons.
was the mayor of Ulford, who's a demon lord, killed a third of the population. That is correct. Many people died. It was a horrific sight, and I would wish that upon no one to see that.
And you have killed the demon lord that committed this atrocity.
No, this is the one that I believe
aware.
some of my compatriots are on the trail of. I stayed back in Rakoge after I heard about what happened with the children getting killed and whatnot. So I was trying to settle things there while I think they're actually off in Barrow's Keep right now. If the group, Luca and the Tiberius and Cal and Nessa, they all went up to Barrow's Keep trying to hunt down this demon lord, but we don't know where he went. And that was just the best tip that we had. So I don't know who's
But-
telling you that
No, that
Alvin's killing
look,
people
it
and-
was the emissary of Bulford, as they are rightfully so very pissed about the loss of life. However, if you are willing to collaborate this story and do it under a zone of truth willingly, then I believe that we can work to ensure that the demon that committed this actual atrocity is the one that is blamed for these crimes rather than you.
Look, I hope you would trust me, and yes, I will happily.
I will.
in the zone of truth.
I absolutely trust you. However, my word alone will not clear the accusations against the group.
Yeah, there is also
I
one
wish-
more thing. Yeah, there's just one more thing is that these demons, they know how I look like, they know how my friends look like. I'm very concerned that this representative from Ulford is collaborating with the demons as well. So I would be very careful. But I don't know. Did this representative have a mark on them?
Not
He
that
did,
I
in fact,
saw.
have a mark.
Okay.
Not
He did,
that I
in
was
fact,
made
have a
to-
mark on him.
Oh, he did.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, Luca actually discovered. I think you met him before. He discovered that these tattoos, or these marks that are placed on them, were placed by demon lords. They placed them on people, and they have the ability to track these people at all times. And in theory, we believe they might even be able to brain control them, but we don't have 100% proof on that. But we know for a fact
Okay.
that they can track them because we removed their mark on one person, and demons immediately hunted them down. They knew where that person was, or even if you kill someone with a mark, they'll be able to tell where it happened. So, look, I will speak to you in a zone of truth, but I do not want to talk to this representative of
No,
Alfred.
and that is, I fully understand and I appreciate this information because I honestly had no clue. I had noticed but I'm gonna play off as Thalrak did not notice the weird marking. He did not notice it
Good by me.
because I'm saying I'm playing Thalrak off as he does not know about that marking
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
because that was not something that he was made privy to look out for, so he wouldn't look for it.
That's fine.
Then
Yeah.
you've looked for it. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That makes
If this emissary did have a marking, I will absolutely take that into consideration. However, I will be honest. Right now, I would say keep your distance from Uford if demon lords are still within the city, because they absolutely want you dead.
Oh, I fully understand that. Yes.
So, as one friend to another, I will advise you to keep as safely away from there as you can, and make sure that if you have a way to tell the rest of the party that you were with, that you do so as well.
Yeah, I could definitely let them know. And again, they're in Bars Keep right now. If you have any information on any demons that are up there, I'm sure they would appreciate it. But I was just staying in Rakoge to help protect the people there after what they went through, and I had no idea. Maybe the demons were going to go back there, go back to say. I don't know what their next plan of attack was, so I went
fully
back to
understand.
Rakoge to protect them.
But my offer still stands to the city of Rakoge. If they do wish to join this alliance, please let them know that they will be welcomed with open arms. And if they have any wishes to be a part of this alliance from the alliance side, I am willing to discuss further with them on what those would be.
I will definitely go and let them know. But look, Thalrak, just me and you here. Look, we've gone back a while now. We're friends. If you need help, you can come and be at my church if necessary.
This is why I am having you here.
But no, I mean like physically, my church in Rakoge is a holy sanctuary. It's protected from demons. They should not be able to enter that location.
Sadly, I think that once the demons are eradicated, that Alvin will be our bigger threat.
Well, so be it.
And at that point, I wish for you to help in that matter. I want to try so hard to save his life and rid the crystal from him. I don't know if you've seen him lately, but he's not himself.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Changed so much.
Are we sure there's no way to rid the crystal of him?
I do not know at this current point in time.
I could try to figure stuff out. I know you're busy with other things, but if you have any
I've
lead,
been trying.
I have no idea.
No, I have asked the archivist here in the Dwarven City to go through our entire collection of knowledge, and before the emissaries of certain cities that have come today leave to head back to their respective cities, I have tasks of them if they would be ever so kind to help me with this.
Mm-hmm.
Because as of right now, if I can pull this off, I have spared Alvin a death sentence as of right now. If I can actually save my friend.
I hope we can. If you need me to help in that moment,
I will let you know if the plan folds where I will need you to help me. Please, by all means, know that I will have you there at my side.
Cool. What was I gonna say? Oh, and look, Thalrak, remember, like, I hope we can find a way to fix this without any death. And look, you'll always have good memories with Alvin. And
I know.
I have a gift for you, actually. And Callian will pull out a book from his bag. It's like, I don't know if you remember, but I actually wrote a book. Now, my book's not nearly as popular as that fan fiction about me, but here, I once gave a copy to Alvin, and I'll give you a copy as well. And I hand you the book. It is called The Adventures of the Chaos and Cupcakes Crew by Callian. And I did give a copy to Alvin at some point a long time ago. But yeah. Here, if you ever need to read up on some old fun adventures that you had, here you go. I always like to keep things in perspective.
Thalrak will actually take the book and actually tear up a little bit at that. Callian, I do.
What is this sad music?
So, just sad music immediately cranked up for this.
Whoa, whoa. Bards, leave, Bards, leave. Not the time.
Thalrak will look at Callian and go, "Thank you, Callian. I do greatly appreciate this, and yes, I do not wish to have more death, but as even this small campaign to rid of the evil dwarven council that ruled before I took the throne, as proven to me. Sadly, there will be death to some scale, but I am going to do my damnedest to have the least possible death that can occur.
Well, that's
And
good to hear.
just between me and you, if it means I have to save Alvin's life by doing it, I'm going to sacrifice myself.
Well,
You are the only
It's
one
not
that I have
come-
told of this.
we will make sure it does not come to that. I will make sure of that as well. And hey, if you die, I'm bringing you back. So.
Look, I hope so. If it means that I can rid the crystal and come back, then I will not hesitate.
And just a reminder, we all know that I'm the better cleric than you are. So.
He's a paladin. He's a paladin. It's written in the second book
you're a
of
paladin
Romance and
now?
Rakoge Part
What
2.
happened to-
He's actually
what
referred
happened
to
to
as a
Forge Cleric?
paladin in Part 2.
What happened to
Yeah.
Forge Cleric?
The
We were
books.
the two. We were the two clerics. Okay, well, I do have one question for you though before I leave.
What's that?
This leader of the Lathandra Church, how was he? What's his vibe? I only met him once.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I mean, he had wings, so he had that going for him.
He has wings.
Hmm.
Yep.
I
He did
know
not
that.
last time you saw him.
Yes, I'm not aware of this. I'll be honest with you. The last leader of the church. Now that I'm a little older, I realize he definitely didn't like me. But that's why they sent me off, and I found the rest of the party. However, he died rather abruptly without much fanfare. So me and Wes had suspicion that he was killed, and then this current leader just came in very quickly. So I don't know what the connection was there, but I mean the fact that he was killed so quickly and then we had a new leader. I'm always a little distrustful of our current leader and his willingness to join political allegiances and alliances makes me a little bit even more untrustful of him as well. So I would just keep a lookout for him just in case. I don't know how trustworthy he is, but I mean, if he helps you, then that's fine. Obviously, he's a believer in Lathandra, so that's good. but I would just I'm not gonna give you my vote of confidence for him just yet.
Trust me, I've had my hesitations with everybody here, but like I have said, the campaign to just take my place on this throne has made it where I have to make some choices that are not fully my will, but for the greater good, I'm willing to do it.
Well, that's good to hear then. Well, on that note, I probably have to get going.
I understand. I will not waste any more of your time, and I appreciate what you have given me so far.
Yeah, and yeah, again, be careful. Be very careful,
I will.
especially with people lying to you about what happened in Alford. I swear, I physically was there, and
I fully
that's not
believe
what
you.
happened. Yes. Okay. Well. Yep. Well, I will. I'll see you around, and I'll send your message to Rakobi.
10 gold to Callian.
10 gold. Whoa.
From Panzer
I'm
Hyena.
rich now. Let's go.
Do we have any other people that you have to meet?
I would say let's hold off the last guy for another day.
We can still go through because I got Alvin right after this, so I got another at least 2 hours of this.
You have more mini set?
Oh yeah,
right,
no. Did you see yesterday was like 6 hours?
Oh my god.
You should definitely go back and watch it because between the stuff that Voltaire and Bargain did and then all the stuff Alvin did and there's stuff with Terry. Oh, I don't know if you saw it, but at the very end of the episode, the story of Doro has advanced some.
Doro?
Doro, Alvin tries to resurrect Doro near the end of the episode.
Wait, Doro was the dude who like
The
Who was
very
like-
simple-minded captain of the
Yeah,
guard.
yeah. Yeah, who liked the
who fell in love with Rorschach
Rorschach,
and
yeah,
was
yeah.
murdered by Jordy.
Yeah, we killed him.
Yeah, Alvin tries to resurrect him.
Why?
And the story comes no, you should definitely watch it. It's a
What a-
huge
what a-
thing.
What a character to bring back.
It's a very interesting end to the episode. You should definitely definitely watch it. Also, I don't know, these minisodes, there's such big implications with what's gonna happen. And Party 3's off like, yeah, no, we're gonna fight the demons. You guys all kill each other.
Yeah, I mean, like, I will say, like, I think it makes sense because our party really wasn't getting dragged one way or another.
Oh no, it
Like,
absolutely makes sense.
I would actually say at first we were probably on Alvin's side, but then he said some things to us that like really turned off everyone in the party. Because the people in the characters in that party are all very distrustful of leadership to begin with. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go now.
Yes. Well, thanks
Yes,
everyone
thank
for
you.
watching then. Oh no,
Bye-bye.
we got Trevor. We got Trevor.
I was gonna say, are we not
Yep.
doing?
But thank you, Callian. That was super fun to have you in here. It definitely has thrown additional wrinkles into the plot because you haven't seen what happened before this. But yeah, no, some shit's been happened, and Thalrak's been
Don't
said
trust
some
those
shit,
awful
and Thalrak, Thalrak might be angry at me right now, out of character.
hate
Might be
Alfred, by the
slightly
way.
angry at me.
We hate Alfred, our party. Boo! That city sucks. Okay.
See
Bye.
ya. Hi, buddy.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
Also, holy crap! I knew there was something shady going on, but it's nice to have like confirmation that Thalrak's gonna have to go digging into that. Yay, politics!
All right, and I gotta go find Trevor now. I hate finding people.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's in the retirement. No, it's not in characters. It's in NPCs. Safe Falls NPCs. Why is it not in there? There we go. We just have so
Oh,
many
you found them?
NPCs now at this point, along with maps. Announcing Trevor Marin, merchant.
Hello, Trevor. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your time.
Oh,
I know it is very valuable.
And what brings me here today?
I am very sure that you are well aware of what the heck is with that. Like,
This is Trevor's
So-
music.
is Trevor trying to seduce Thalrak right now? I don't like this.
This is just Trevor's music.
It feels very seductive.
Here. Here's a different section of it. How's that?
That's a little bit better. I'll take it.
Okay.
Alright. So Thalrak will look at Trevor and go, "You are very aware of, and I'm sure of it, of Alvin and his crystal empire that he wishes to build."
I am.
And I am going to very well assume that he has talked to you in some capacity already.
Repeat that, sorry.
I am going to assume that he has talked to you in some capacity already.
Perhaps.
Well, I do not know what was said, so I will keep this short. I do not think that his path for an empire is going to be one that is good for the world. I feel like more death will be had than preserving of it. And I fear that those who agree with him, he may eventually stab in the back. For his ultimate goal.
Everyone stabs everyone in the back eventually.
Wish to not have a world like that.
It
Which is why
is
I've-
inevitable. People will be people. Mortals will always think only in the short term. When your years are measured in tens, hundreds, even in hundreds, multiple hundreds, your dwarves, very long lived. But still, 800 years? That is all that you can look through. And even while you may think, no, your goals may not be selfish, measured against a scale of millennia, what will it look like in the end? Everyone
You're
works
right.
for themselves.
You're right. People would usually do. But if there is a chance to make things for a better world, I'm going to take it, which is why I have invited you here to offer a chance at being in an alliance that is being formed. Part of this alliance, you would be still independent. You would be able to live on your own and rule over your own little area with your
I
castle.
rule no lands.
You have that castle gate at the bridge that near
I-
Malice Pass and
I
Watsu.
mean, do you count every night a lord? It is just where I choose to call home. I have residences in many cities. I suppose that qualifies as a landowner.
well,
But what are you expecting from me
I would
besides
say the
coin?
I actually was just going to say, actually, the Alliance, in my mind, as of right now, has not wanted to have coin other than trade be done. No taxes would be collected, though, as of right now, that the offer is that if war is to happen, that anyone in the Alliance would be willing to send able-bodied people to help or provide resources as needed for the war effort.
I have employees, not subjects.
I understand. And I'm not saying that you have to willy-nilly send them off to war. They can produce goods for the war effort. They can do other tasks besides go straight into battle.
I think you vastly overestimate the people in mine employ. I employ cooks and
That's
some
fine.
few guards
If
and
that is fine. If cooks for the logistics need to be done,
prostitutes.
again, if it is to keep the morale up, then that can
If
be
you
arranged.
need to purchase goods for me, we can certainly talk and see what can be arranged.
I'm just offering that if you wish to be a part of this alliance, here are things that will be offered to you as your seat on the alliance, if you so wish to accept. And if for some reason harm is threatened upon you, a peacekeeping force can be sent if needed or wanted to help defend your gate.
I do not think
I
I
don't know.
will.
I do apologize. I'm not sure what to call it. Castle gate.
It's a
It
keep.
kind of fits. Keep that. Okay, then we
I
will go with a
think-
keep.
I will remain independent. Crossbolt is giving out 10 gold, but to who? Could it be Thalrak? Or is he giving it to Trevor Marin? Because that would be kind of funny. Thalrak. 10 gold to Thalrak from Crossbolt.
Alright, let me put that in real quick.
What is Thalrak going to say to Trevor?
I will respect your wishes to remain neutral if you do remain neutral. from both parties. Also, meta out of character roll is. Can I roll insight to see if he's lying?
You certainly can try.
Because if Alvin has talked to him, he's going to be curious to see if he's actually telling the truth or not. Well, that's not what I want.
He's being 100% genuine.
Well, I will respect your wishes to remain neutral. I have no strong ill will against you. Our paths have crossed, and you have made me
Well,
absolutely
yes,
feel
you
easy in the early
still
days.
owe me many favors, in fact.
Yes, I am well aware.
And I would assume that you would not, in any circumstances, want to damage the holdings of someone to which you owe a debt.
No, I would not.
Then we have an accord.
However, all right. Then, if you remain neutral, then then no harm shall come to you or your keep.
It is refreshing to see that some still think such ways. And with that, you see smoke come up around him and dissipate. He gone.
He's gone. Yeah, out of character, Thalrak's not pleased that he's remaining neutral, but at the same time, if he's actually being genuine about staying neutral, then he's okay with this.
And with that, we find the end of our mini-sode, I think.
Yep, and I'll send you all the things that Thalrak's going to send
Yes.
off with the emissaries because it's
Yep,
all.
and make sure you send
list.
out the cut back version that Alvin will receive after we have the 7-day time skip in the middle of his episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that on what's gonna be cut
It's
down
just
a bit.
going to be the basics of cities that are known that would,
Okay,
like big cities.
gotcha.
So thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. 15 loot points, and we will see you in probably less than 30 minutes.